Recording in progress.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. This is a webinar, a very special webinar for you on how to get on other people's stages without being obnoxious. This is the first time I put on this webinar, and I put it on because I get this question asked me all the time. Not only how do I get more speaking engagements, but how do I get on other people's stages? And I just want to share from my own experience how to do that, because there are more stages available now than ever. This information that you are going to learn tonight, you are going to learn 5 different ways that you can get, they're proven ways because I do them all the time, how you can get on other people's stages without being obnoxious. These stages are virtual stages, and as we see things opening up, they are live stages. Now, there's several people here, because I know who they are, that have stages. So if I were you, I would make myself known as we go through this. In the chat, just participate, maybe, without being obnoxious or salesy or beggy, right? You might just take advantage of letting people know who you are and a little bit about what you do, only because there are people here that do have their own stages. So just a little tiny bit about me. Now, I am assuming that most of you here know me because you came from my list, and this is exactly for you. This particular webinar is for you. But those of you that maybe came from social media, I just want to just a real quick 30-second who I am, because again, I don't have to spend a lot of time saying who I am. I hope the proof is in the numbers and what I'm going to teach you tonight. But I have given over 3,500 speeches on my stages and mostly on other people's stages. I've probably given 500 on my own and 3,000 on other people's stages. If you look back at this picture, I did come out of corporate America, where I did work downtown LA, and that's where I first got my start at public speaking. I have spoke on cruise ships as well, but I've trained over 5,000 business owners on how to become better speakers so that they can use speaking to get more clients, generate leads, grow their business, and get their own message out to the world. I've hosted over 700 live events and now, over 100 virtual events in this past year and a half. I have 30 years of speaking and 18 years teaching others. I will celebrate my 18th year. Can you believe it? I know Charles and a few of you that have known me for a very, very long time, 18 years, it went like that. I can't believe it. I feel like I just hung up my shingle a few years ago, but no, I mean, I truly have been doing this for a very, very long time, 18 years, 2 months, it'll be 18 years. All right, sorry about that. I got a very sensitive mouse. So let's jump into the content, because that's what I want to share with you today. And it's what I call stage grace. If you want to get on other people's stages, you need to show some stage grace, some stage etiquette. There's nothing worse than having people approach you out of the blue to be on their stage. Now, I have several stages, and so I've been on both sides. And right now, I am the chair of the Women Business Owner Conference, which we hold once a year. We are in their 9th year. And I'm a new chair. I just got that position last year, and we went virtual for the first time. And this year we are going live. And I hope you all join me. You're all on my web. You're all on my list, and I will be sending an announcement, but it is in October. But that's not the point. The point is that people reach out to me to be on that stage all the time, people that I don't even know. And so I want to share with you, and it doesn't feel good, I'll tell you, and I'll tell you why as we go through this. So I want to share with you the right and proper way to do it, and the way to do it where you will be guaranteed a stage spot. How cool is that? When I say how cool is that, I want you to write in the chat box, that's cool. All right. And if you have one of these paddles from one of my past events, then by all means, put up the paddle. All right. So go ahead and put in the chat. How cool is that? Say, that's cool. That's cool. Awesome. Thank you so much. One person. All right. Now there's a lot of you here. So go ahead and write. Otherwise, I'm going to think you're multitasking. Now, stage grade. So listen, I'm going to share with you 5 ways. Now, you don't have to do all 5. You can do all 5, but you just have to do one or the other of them. Number 1, and that is become an attendee. Yes, become an attendee. You want to get on the my stage, which is the Women Business Owner Conference. And again, that's just one of mine. I've got a podcast. I've got my $1 Million Speaker Summit. I've got Speak Up, Get Clients. I've got, my Passionately Speaking, which several of you are here for my Passionately Speaking program. I've got my Christian Business Partners Networking Meeting. I've got my PIN Networking Meeting, which is Professional Influencer Network. I mean, I have a lot of stages. So the first step is to become an attendee. Have you ever gone? Maybe you don't even want to be on one of those stages. You have to go and guest at somebody's event before you can ever ask them if you can be on their stage. And I've seen this a lot. People, I want to come and speak to the Women Business Owner Conference. Well, you don't even know what it's about. You don't even know if it might be a fit. You haven't even asked me what my this year theme is, So I always become an attendee. So sometimes that takes some planning. So let me share with you the power of this, because I did this and now I'm the chair of the SCORE Orange County Women Business Owner Conference, and I never intended to be. Well, being the chair, that means you plan the event, and of course you select. That was a pick and select in one word. I almost said select, but you select the speakers. But before that, it didn't start that. I didn't show up and all of a sudden say, hey, I want to pick your speakers. No, one of the chair of SCORE is one of my past clients. She invited me to speak at the SCORE Women in Business Breakfast. First, I went and visited, so I knew what the lay of the land was and what the crowd was. So she invited me to speak, but I went the month before and I guested, which I recommend people do. So I saw the event. I went and spoke. Then I loved the event, so I kept going. Then I sponsored the event, and then I kept going. And before long, they asked me to speak at this Women Business Owner Conference, which I went to the year before. I went to that the year before and gave them a testimonial. And then the next year, they asked me to speak at it. I did. Then I went the next year. Then I got asked to be the chair, right? So I put in the time, not wanting anything, not asking for anything. I served. I went there to serve. So what can you do? Go there to serve. Be an attendee, first of all, number 1. Number 2, become a sponsor. Now, I became a sponsor at some of these events, right? Which means I paid money and I supported them and their cause, and I showed up and I spent the entire time there. Now, there's sponsors for virtual events too. So I always recommend to my clients to sponsor an event, whether it's a live event or a virtual event. You want to support. Now, yes, you pay a little bit more money than you would an attendee, but you get more visibility. You get higher visibility by being a sponsor. A lot of sponsors, they get speaking spots. They're speaking sponsors. There's all kinds of different sponsors. At the Women Business Owner Conference, I've got different kinds of sponsors. I have sponsors for my upcoming event, $1 Million Speaker Summit, in which I let them introduce themselves. I let them do a giveaway. I love on them. Their website link is hooked to their logo. I mean, just on and on and on. Multiple benefits of becoming a sponsor. Now, becoming a sponsor is a pretty inexpensive way to speak. to speak, to gain visibility. But there's another way as well, which is a sponsor speaker, which typically costs a little bit more. Now, you could do that. There's a million different organizations and events that have sponsor speakers. Now, some of them are quite costly. Some of them are, you can sponsor and speak on a panel. You can sponsor and speak on the event. You can sponsor and speak at a pre-event. You can sponsor and speak at a luncheon. So there's all different kinds of opportunities, and typically they cost more. They could be as little as $500 and as much as $25,000. I know, woof, that's a lot of money. But what you want to consider is the number of people that are coming. If there's 1,000 or 4,000 people that you are exposed to in one shot, and they do all the legwork, you have to look at it, but it could be worth it, right? I've known a lot of people that have done that, and it's been worth every penny. But start small. Start sponsoring events at a lower dollar value and get your feet wet. Now, if you are going to sponsor an event, you need to be there the whole time. I mean, in the virtual world, I have heard people that are sponsoring events, and I know I've gone to an event in the last couple of days and to meet some of the sponsors, and they're not in their virtual room. Why is that? You're paying all this money. You have got to work it. Like any other networking room, any other room, you've got to work it. You want to be there. You want to be available. You want to, raise your hand. You want to participate. You want to put, everything in the chat that you can. You want to be visible. So work it. That's how people really get the value for their investment. So consider becoming a sponsor. Now, as a sponsor, that takes care of number 1 and 2 all at once. You don't have to do number 1 first and then be a sponsor. Number 2 takes care of number 1. So it's a double hitter. All right. You can also become a volunteer. So you might say, well, I don't really have money for sponsorship. I don't really have money to even attend the event. Hey, become a volunteer. Volunteer for the event. Be of service. Again, whether it's a live event or whether it's a virtual event. Event producers like myself, we're always looking for great volunteers. We always need people to do something. So volunteer, reach out. Tell them, you know what? I would love to volunteer. I would love to find out about the back of the room. I'd love to work the front of the room. I'd like to work registration. How can I help you? How can I help you succeed? And again, it's not about you, but you're going to learn so much about the event business and the event, running an event, that you can never learn as an attendee. I'm telling you, a well-run event is an event that seems seamless and it runs smooth, but the people in the back of the room, the audio people, the photographer, the event planner, whoever it is, the door greeters, they have been prepped and trained, and there's been meetings, and they know exactly what to do, and that's why it's running smoothly. It isn't by accident. It is by planning and design. And I know because I've run over 700 events. So become a volunteer. You will learn so much. And again, keep volunteering. Don't just do it once. Keep volunteering. All right. Number 4, become an affiliate. That's another way that you can serve. So let's say, well, maybe you want to come, any one of the 1, 2, 3. You can still become an affiliate. So 1, 2, 3 takes care of itself if you're an affiliate. Oftentimes affiliates, of course, get to come for free, right? So what does an affiliate do? Well, an affiliate, for those of you that don't know, an affiliate, you will get a special link and you help promote. You get so many people in the stage and to the event, believe me, I don't care who it is, they're going to invite you to the stage. So for instance, I have an affiliate program with my $1 million speaker event that's coming up in September. You make money. So I give 50% Other people, they give anywhere from 10% up to 50% of the door ticket price. I give 50%. So the tickets are $200. You make a cool $100 of someone that signs up. I mean, how cool is that? Say that's cool. Just from inviting your friends, clients, and family. And guess what? You get 10 people to my event, I am going to give you stage time. I'm at least going to give you 1 to 2 minutes to talk about yourself and your business. It's just what I do. I just love on people and thank people for the work that they've done. The more people you bring, the more time you get on my stage anyway. I don't know about anybody else's, but I have heard that when you bring in a lot of people, then they will recognize you if they know you brought in that many people. Now, one time years ago, there was a stage that I wanted to be on in San Diego, and they didn't have any speaker spots left. And I happened to know the gentleman that was putting on the event. So I talked to him about it and said, how can I help you? How can I help you to bring more people? And he said, well, if you bring 6 people, it was only 6. If you bring 6 people, Arvee, because I know they're going to be quality people coming from you and my target market, then I will give you a panel spot, a spot on the panel, right? I'm like, I couldn't be, I worked hard to get those 6 people. And they had to be people, of course, that showed up. They weren't just 6 signups, people that actually showed up. So, of course, I went. Of course, I showed up. And I didn't even know till that morning whether or not I would get on his stage or not. And sure enough, I got all my people and more. I actually had 7 because I signed up, I think 10, but a lot of people just can't make it. So they had to be there in the morning. So I had 7, so I had 1 extra as a buffer. So it's possible, and people will, again, reward you for it. So become an affiliate. If that's something you want to do for me, just reach out to me, either email or put it in the chat or reach out to me privately, and I'll get you a link. And I give you the emails and everything. It's really a no-brainer. So let me know if that's something of interest as well. Again, the best way to learn how something works is to do it, right? To actually physically do it. So if you've never been somebody's affiliate before, you might want to do it. There's a lot of money on the table that you could be making just by inviting your friends. All right. And number 5 is to become a student. Become a student of someone. Now, for me, people that become a student of my $1 Million Speaker Summit, they get to be on stage for my next $1 Million Speaker Summit, guaranteed. But I often put them on stages in between as well. So and some of you as well have been on some of my stages, just doing that, just being my student. And again, if you're a superstar student, meaning you've learned how to speak, you've crafted your signature talk, you've developed your professional story, you've done all the things that you've learned in my training, and you're just really enthusiastic about speaking, then you bet I will put you on a lot of stages, because not only to reward you, but because I'm going to be very proud of you, and because you are one of my superstars. So I'm sure this works for other people as well. You become one of their superstars. Set an intention. Set an intention that that's what you're going to be. Set an intention that you're going to be one of my superstars, that you're going to be visible, that I'm going to, think of you, you're going to be top of mind and all of that, and just see what happens, right? You'll get on lots of stages and get lots of love, and that's cool. Yes. Awesome. All right. So those are the 5 ways. I hope you took a picture. Let me go back for a moment. All right. I want you to make sure that you take a picture of this if you haven't already. I'm telling you, these are the 5 ways. Whatever else you're doing, it doesn't work. And if it does work, I would be very skeptical at what kind of event it was. All right. So you want to be on stages that have a lot of people. And I know some of you are probably like me, that you've been promised 20 plus people and 3 or 4 show up, right? I'm not talking about those stages, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about the big stages out there, the ones that have hundreds or more. That's the stages I'm talking about. Other people's stages, but big stages, or great networking stages, stages that you would never find out about, podcast stages that reach millions of people. So we're talking big stages, not 3 or 4 people in a room doing a round table or something. We're talking about bigger stages. All right. And this is how you do it. This is a proven way, proven method. You do any one of these or a combination, and I guarantee you'll be on somebody's stage. So what is it going to take? A little bit of planning. Yes. So a little bit of planning. Now, when I did the testimonial, remember that I said I did for the Women Business Owner Conference, I was this close to saying, and next year I'll be on stage, because I just felt it. I didn't mean it like I wasn't, trying to maneuver or anything. I just felt in my heart of hearts, next year I'm going to be on that stage. And I was, but thank goodness I refrained from saying that. It's okay to speak it out loud and say it out loud and put it on your vision board and all of that. But don't say it to the promoter, because they haven't maybe heard of you yet. They haven't loved on you yet. They haven't seen you be of service yet. So do one or all of these, and I can guarantee you'll be on stage. And it may take a little bit of planning, but again, some of it can be very quick. You could become an attendee of my event in September. You could become a student of me at any time. You could become an affiliate. So there's so many ways right here that you could eventually get on my stage. Of course, be an attendee. It might be a long term. Come as an attendee, be one of my students, and you'll be on that stage the very next year, and maybe some other stages in between. I hope you're seeing how that works. Got it. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Sophia. That's right. When I say got it, you say got it. I say good. Got it? Good. Put got it in the chat. Go ahead and put got it in the chat. Excellent. All right. Everybody's got that. All right. So obnoxious behavior and what not to do. Because even while you're going through these 5 ways, I want you to be aware of obnoxious behavior, because I know you're going to be so excited. You're going to attend and you want to give them your one sheet and you want to come and talk to somebody. But I just want to give you some heads up. Being an event producer myself, being someone that gets speakers all the time, I just want to give you a heads up on what appropriate asking is and what etiquette is. All right, the etiquette of getting on somebody's stage. All right, so obnoxious behavior to me, all right, I'll just say it's to me, right? But I'm sure it's to others, other promoters, and that is send me your speaker one sheet. Out of the blue, I don't know you from Adam. Now, most of you here I know, but this is what I get. I don't know you from Adam, and I get an email from you with an attachment of your beautiful run sheet, and you're saying, hey, can I get on your $1 Million Speaker Summit stage? Now, number one, you've never been an attendee. You've never been a sponsor. You've never none of those things. And I don't know you from Adam. What makes you think I am going to stop everything and even have a conversation with you? It's really presumptuous. Now, if that works for you, then I would be aware of whatever event it is and whoever it is, because they're probably brand new and don't know any speakers, and they're going to grab at the first thing that comes along. So do not send people your one sheet just without doing any one of those first 5 things. It's a spray and pray approach and doesn't usually work. It offends people. I had a guy do this to me. I had an event called Speak Your Way to Wealth, and some of you may have gone there. If you went to Speak Your Way to Wealth, put it in the chat. I think Carol's gone. Charles, I think you went. But if you went to Speak Your Way to Wealth, which I did in 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think. somebody would send me their one sheet and ask to be a speaker. And again, every year, and I just kept like just ignoring it and ignoring it. Number one, they don't know if I had speakers there. Now, at that particular event, it was, oh, yeah, I did. Yes, I thought, Carol, you did. And Carol's been through my mastermind program as well. And as a result, got to speak on my stage for, I think, 15 minutes, right? 15, 20 minutes. So one thing, you don't know if they invite outside speakers. Just because there's a conference, just because it's a seminar, doesn't mean that it's a multi-speaker seminar. My $1 Million Speaker Summit is a 3-day public speaking training event. I am the only speaker. The only other speakers I have are my students, which I'm going to have 3 of them this year, speak for a short amount of time to demonstrate the power of the speaker system that I taught them during their 6-month or year-long mastermind program. So it is with a purpose that they're speaking. They're not pitching, they're not selling, they're not doing any of that. They are demonstrating the power of the system. So again, don't assume people are, just don't send them your one sheet. If you want to reach out to them and have a conversation, that's a different story. You could give them a call and just say, hey, I would like to talk about your upcoming event. And that's all you have to say. Write that down. I would like to talk to you about your upcoming event. Now, they don't know what you're going to do. They might think you're going to be an attendee, and you might end up being an attendee once you find out more about it. They might think you're going to be a sponsor. That will open the door for you faster than ever sending them an email and saying you want to be a speaker. That will just shut it and lock it, and maybe lock it up forever. So call them up. Did you get that? Yes, you did, Carol. It was a hoot, right? Right. And I know shift happens. That was one of the things Carol talked about is shift happens, right? Okay. Carol's from Canada. She's a Canadian, and she flew out here to be in my mastermind. All right. Anyway, so write that down. I would like to talk to you about your upcoming event. And then you ask questions as if you're an attendee or want to be a sponsor. How many attendees do you think you're going to have? Do you have sponsor abilities? Do you need affiliates? Is it a multi-speaker event? So ask questions that will lead to other questions and lead to the answers that you want so that you can ask them the right question. And it's not, can I be a speaker on your stage? It's how do you select your speakers? This is $1 million ideas I'm giving you right now. I hope all of you know that. Millions. And I know I asked you earlier, hold up your sign. I guess I'm used to the meetings. Well, hold up your sign anyway, even though I can't see it, because I know you're doing it. I just can feel it. So $1 million ideas right now for you to eventually get on their stage. If it's a stage worthy of you being on it, then it's a stage worthy of you asking the right questions and getting your answers before you stick your foot in your mouth or close the door forever. All right, so are you liking this so far? So write in the chat if this is good stuff, if you've heard this before, if you haven't heard it before, if you're reminded, just give me a heads up so I know what direction to go. All right, good, thank you. Excellent. Great stuff. I love it. Good stuff. Good. Thank you. Good. Because, I can go all kinds of different directions. I just want to make sure that you're getting great reminders. Okay, Carol. Thank you. Good stuff. Good stuff. You're welcome. All right. Excellent. More? Should I go on? Okay. I haven't heard from all of you, but okay. We'll go on. All right. And that leads me into the next one, which is asking the wrong questions, right? Yes, please. Thank you. All right. So again, when you ask the right questions, like I shared with you, that will lead you to asking the better questions to get possibly booked, or at least get in their favor so that you could be booked in the future. Because they might say this, they might say, well, I look for speakers. Now, I just had an event some of you have gone to, which was the Limitless Success Summit. I put together an event for all my friends and fellow speakers to get together in a virtual environment. But they didn't just come because I asked them. I asked them if they would email at least 2 emails for me so that I could, build my list and get people in the room and that kind of thing. And that was the agreement. Now, did all of them do it? 13 or 14 speakers that I had? No. But if they didn't have a sizable list, they never got asked to be on the stage. So that was one of my objectives for that particular event, not every event, but that particular event. It was, how big is their email list and would they be willing to, do a couple emails. So you never know what the host or the producer wants. So you need to ask them, what can I do for you? How can I make this experience better for you? So just ask the right questions, not the wrong ones. All right. And lastly, do not beg or bother. Sending too many emails. Just don't beg. Hey, I really want to be on your stage. Now, I had a gal recently for the WBOC that felt like she was begging because she reached out to me a couple times. And I said, look, I have not even, it's too early. It was way early. I have not even decided. I'm not even going there in my head yet. Right. But I will consider you and reach out to you when I am. She kept sending me emails, so much so she even sent me a video, not a professional one of her talk, but a video of her talking of her potential talk, which was very nice, but it was just too much. I wasn't ready to make any decisions or do any of that kind of processing yet. And so it was too premature. And then she dropped off the face of the planet. All right. So then when it came time for me to pick my speakers, she was nowhere in sight. So be very, very careful. Timing is everything. But again, if the timing is to attend and to sponsor and to become an affiliate, then that timing is always much earlier, oftentimes. Now, there's groups. Now, there's Angeline is on the call, Angeline Benjamin. She has a women's group, and she's in Arizona, but she was here in Orange County. And she has a women's group, and they book a year out. So every group is different. So again, it's all different. So I'm a member of her organization, all right? And she asked me to speak for her organization, but I became a member first. So that's another way, sponsor, member, become a member. Most organizations and a lot of even chambers will not let you speak unless you're a member. And then you have to be a member, be around and be noticed oftentimes before they'll let you speak. So that's another strategy, is become a member. But what I'm trying to say is it's not an overnight thing. Hey, can I speak? And then someone says yes. Think of it like dating. When you dated your husband or you dated your wife, it took time. You first went on a coffee date, maybe. You first maybe did a phone call, then went out for coffee, then spent the big bucks on dinner, then went to a movie, or then went to, there's a process, and it's courting, and it's, building rapport, building a relationship, selling yourself. It all takes time. But for some reason, many speakers want to skip all that and go right to the wedding. So how's that working for you? So don't do that. All right. Yes. Thank you, Angeline. There's Angeline right there. Okay. Let's continue. Now, let me give you some advantages, because I really do want to encourage you to speak on other people's stages. I really do want to encourage you to take the time to do the courting, to do the selling, to do the rapport building, the relationship building, and all of that. You can at least reach out to Angeline that's here and say, hey, I would like to speak at your women's group. What does it take? Right? Because she's here. We've already opened that door. I've opened it because I introduced her. So there's going to be sometimes that the door may be open when someone says, hey, hey, somebody does this. If you want speaking engagements, go and reach out to her. right? I'm a third party endorsement, but without that, it's not cool. But there's so many advantages. So I want to encourage you to speak on other people's stages, to take the time that it takes, especially the bigger the stage, the longer the time it's going to take. Just know that, and it's worth every penny. So let me give you some of these great advantages. Number one, little or no investment. Now, I'm not talking so much about sponsors. It could be a big investment for you, but it's little compared to the amount of business and visibility and exposure that you could get. So look for those opportunities where you get great ROI. Don't go in there like half blind, like how many people you don't know, right? How many people are going to show up? I don't know. No, don't go in like that. You have to know how many people are going to be there. How many times have they done this event? How long has this networking meeting been running? On and on. Ask the right questions so you can make the right decision. Maybe it's just not today. Maybe it's next time. Make those decisions. One thing I love about the group that it stands for Global Society of Women Entrepreneurs. But one thing I love about it is they have multiple chapters. And I got to reach out to other people, other chapter directors. Once I spoke at Angeline's event, said, hey, I spoke at Angeline's event. I'm a member. Now I'm already in. That's like being a sponsor, right? I'm already in. The door is open and I just have to walk through it. And I spoke for her event, and I was wondering if you have any openings this year and one would like me to come, right? So if you have a door that's open, use it. If you know of someone that can open the door for you, use it. All right. So little or no money investment. Now, the next one is little or no marketing efforts. That one I love. Now you might, if you're an affiliate, of course, you're going to help out. But if you're not an affiliate, then you might be asked to send a couple of emails. I love to send emails for people that I'm speaking at, because guess what? A lot of my people want to see me again, and it helps the sponsor. I'm speaking at another event coming up for Angeline, right? Angeline, I'm speaking at another event. Why? Because, I help bring people. So again, even though you're speaking, I would do some marketing efforts for them. They're just going to love you and invite you back. But otherwise, there's little or no marketing efforts on your part. Now, little or no financial responsibility. Now, I don't mean money investment, because you could make that money investment. I'm talking about if you were going to pay for a hotel, or if you're going to pay for food, or you're going to pay for whatever, you don't have that responsibility. Whether you're a sponsor, a speaker sponsor, just a speaker, you don't have any of that responsibility. So you don't have any responsibility. My speakers at $1 Million Speaker Summit have no financial responsibility to pay the AV guy, to pay the website person, even though I'm not having a hotel, to pay for the mailings, where I'm going to be mailing my gift bags, which I'm going to show you what's inside of it in a little bit. No financial responsibility. So if there's not enough, or same with women, my WVOC, I have to pay. It's going to be at the Great Wolf Lodge. I've got to pay for that hotel, or Square's got to pay for it. None of the speakers are on the line. It's not their responsibility. Oh, you pay a fourth because you spoke. No, it doesn't work that way. So that's what I love about speaking on other people's stages. They have all that financial risk, and it's worth it to me to give them a little bit of money, a little bit of investment for them to share their audience with me. No risk either. No risk of what? Of having to go to court because someone's unhappy with you, or because you didn't do what you promised, or because whatever, COVID happened. It doesn't matter. There's no risk. And no drama, which is another one that I love. You're not going to get into the inside drama of, the virtual assistant maybe doesn't want to do something, or the event planner, and you are button heads, or somebody quits on the job, or a speaker gets sick, or whatever, or the speaker sells and they're not supposed to sell. It's like, for you as a speaker, no drama. I love that. And little or no upfront time. You have to spend little or no upfront time. All you have to do is prepare your speech, prepare your presentation. But guess what? Whoever put on the event, they've been marketing for months. They've been getting the hotel or getting the virtual rooms or doing the virtual whatever it is. And they've been working on it for months. I know I've been working on my $1 million for months and months and months. So little or no upfront time. So again, take a picture of this screen. Love the no drama. Hi, Erlene. Erlene puts on events. She's an event producer herself and can help people put on their virtual events. So she knows exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So yes, little or no, priceless. Take a picture of this. There's so many advantages that it is worth your time to take your time to get on these stages and build that rapport and build the love and offer the help. All right, perfect. All right, now next. All right, some of these big benefits. What are the advantages? Turn to benefits. What are the benefits for you? Right? You can build your database. Being on other people's events, you get exposed to brand new faces, brand new people that are not in your database, that you don't work with on a normal basis, that didn't even know you existed before you spoke on that stage. Big benefit. Some groups will actually let you build the database. Now, if you become a sponsor, guess what? Easy breezy way to build your database because people will come to your sponsor booth or they'll come to your sponsor room. You do a giveaway and voila, you've got quality people. If someone takes the time to come to your room, they are interested. It is a hot lead. You don't have to fish through the 100 of people and call them and try to figure it out. If they come to your booth or they come in your sponsor virtual booth, that is a hot lead, right? Millions. Next, sell services. You can actually sell services from your sponsor booth. Now, some events, when they're networking events, small events, like when I spoke at Angeline's event, I sold my $1 million speaker summit. And I'm going to do it again coming up. I think next week. And she bought a ticket. It's perfectly okay. Now, if you were to come on my stage, no, it's not okay because it's a whole different ball game. It's not a networking event. It's a big event that I'm selling one of my big ticket items to. But there's plenty of stages out there where you can sell your products and services. You just got to, again, find them. Oops, sorry. All right. Gain visibility. I like this. No matter what, if they won't let you build the database, if they won't let you sell your products and services, you still gain visibility. You're still in front of people that now know you, that didn't know you. You are no longer a secret to that group of people. I always recommend you get in front of your target market. That's how you'll get the best bang for your buck. But right now, I say speak on any stage that will have you and gain that visibility for yourself and your business and use it to generate leads. Even if you can't sell, even if you can't build your database, you can at the end of your talk, you can share this. You might want to write this one down too. If I've inspired you in any way, put it in the chat. Put your email address in the chat, or you could put your own in the chat. Say, if I've inspired you in any way, then email me or reach out to me on Facebook. Everybody on the planet is reachable and connectable. So even if you don't have somebody's email, you can reach out to them in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Clubhouse. I don't care where. We are just all over the place now. LinkedIn, Twitter, we're so accessible to everybody. Now, there's no hiding, right? Thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, awesome. Okay, thank you. All right, next. And Angeline, go ahead and put the link to your event in the chat and the date. And my fans here, my raving fans, can come and be with us. All right. So go ahead and put that in the chat. It is a virtual event that I'm talking about with Angeline. So all of you can come, even from Canada, and just kind of get a feel. Now, guess what? You've become an attendee. Now you've got direct exposure with Angeline. Now maybe you'll want to know how to become a member. Once you become a member, now Angeline will ask you to speak. So, I mean, that's how it works. That's how the world works. All right. Okay, so go ahead and put that in. And the last one is fame. You'll become famous. People will know you. Now, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of fame. Is there a little bit of, oh yeah, I know her. A lot of times I go places. I was on a call, Zoom call today, and there was someone that has come to my workshop years ago, and it was, I spoke, we all get to introduce ourselves, talk about our business, do an ask or whatever. And then this woman, when it was her turn, right away, she said, "Oh, Arvee, I'm so glad you're here and reconnect and blah, blah, blah. I've known Arvee, blah, 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 blah." Well, I'll tell you, that feels pretty good because I didn't recognize her because she's probably in an audience of hundreds. But she recognized me. And I'm telling you, even the modest of the modest and the shyest of the shyest, there's nothing like a human connection, especially in this world of virtual where we've been so hungry and starved for sisterhood and brotherhood and all of that. So fame is a good thing. You want them, you know what? And you've all heard this, but let me reiterate what I mean by this fame. It is not who you know anymore. It is who knows you. That's what I mean by the thing. Who knows you and how many people know you. All right. So true. Absolutely. All right. So one more question I have, and then I'm going to wrap this up. What are the best stages for you to get on? I want you to put it in the chat. What is the best stage to get in? We have 10 minutes. We have 11 minutes now, so stay with me, you promise, till the end. What are the best stages to put it in the chat? What are the best stages that you can be on? The best, the very best, the best of the best of the best, besides mine. All right, what is the best? Put it in the chat, unless someone chats. Okay, right, besides mine, that is the best. Right? Stages where you're irrelevant could be, okay? All right. I don't think you're getting it. All right? Here's the best stage that you could get on, and that is your own. Now, you're not going to get on your own stage until you've been on some stages for a while, until you've been on some big stages, because you want to know how everything works. But eventually, that's the stage I want you to set your heights on, to create your own. And I've been creating my own stages for many, 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 many years. I've had Speak Your Way to Wealth, Go for the Gold, Christian Women in Business, Christian Women Who Rock, right? And now $1 Million Speaker Summit. And my next one is going to be Speaking Beyond Limits, right? So just keep creating. Now, creating my own stage is exactly how I bought my house. I've been in this house now 13 years in Upland, but I didn't have the money for a down payment, right? This was at the height, 2007, right before the crash, boom, right? But so I mean, you had to have 20%. Well, that's a lot of money for this house. I mean, now it's almost $1 million house, but then it was $500,000, right? That's a lot of money to save up. Whoa, wait a minute. Sorry. Sensitive nerves, sensitive mouth. I do that anyway. So I put on a big event. I made over 100,000 in a weekend, and voila, I bought my house, put the down payment. Now, you're not going to do that in your first event. Don't even try. But I'm showing you the roadmap to get there. Get on other people's events. I told you step by step how to get there and all the benefits. Then you could start putting on your own events. And again, if you know how to sell, if you know my system for selling, you'll be able to make over 100,000 in a weekend too. How cool is that? Say that's cool. But you need to get more training. Public speaking isn't something that you get trained one time. Even those of you that have gone through my training, you have to continue to get trained. It's called continuous speaking improvement, right? Where we want to continuously get trained. So, and many of you, you are because you're here. This is part of that continuous training. But again, you need more. Oh man, sorry, my mouse is sensitive, but you need more and more and more. So if you are ready to get more training, I want you to put that in the chat box. Yes, I want more. If you want more of what you learned today, I've never taught this class before, right? Not that I've never thought of teaching it. I just never did, right? I've always known how to do it, but now I'm bringing what? Because you're ready, because it's time, but more importantly, it's because of the virtual world, because it's easier now than ever to get on other people's stages. It is now easier than ever to get on other people's stages. All right. That's cool. Awesome. You ready? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So real quick, I've been talking about the $1 Million Speaker Summit, and I'm sure you're like, how in the world can I go and get a paddle like this and some other cool things and come to 3 days of speaker training? So I'm going to just show it to you briefly. I promise I will get you out of here. I've got 6 minutes more of your time. All right. But let me just share a little bit about the event.
What I have learned from this $1 Million Speaker Summit is really
if you can hear this,
the
cool.
reason
If
why
not,
I should be speaking, that your message matters, that your voice matters, and that what you have is unique to offer to the world. And I love Arvee's heart. I love her desire to leave a legacy and to raise up people who are going to make a difference in the world with their message.
Sell from the platform. It doesn't do you any good to have a big ticket item if you don't know how to sell it. So you must learn, you must get mentors and learn how to sell that big ticket item.
She delivers so much concise information. She has systems that she's sharing with us that allow us to use our speaking business to expand coaching and whatever else we're doing. It gives me a new perspective on speaking because now it's a vehicle to advertise other things. As a coach, as an author, I've needed something that will allow me to move to the next step in my life as a business owner.
All right. All right. So that is a live event, but I'll tell you the virtual event is just as exciting. I have music, I have activities, and it's going to be fun. So in 3 short days, you are going to learn how to create and craft that persuasive presentation, that $1 million speech, because I'm going to show you my speaker system that I have developed over the years. That's my $1 million speaker system. So you are going to learn that. You're going to walk away with that system. You're going to learn how to use stories to do the selling for you. There's 4 stories that you must have in every presentation that you use to sell your products and services. 4 stories. You're going to learn what they are and how to tell them. You're going to learn how to reach millions of people with your message, because that is truly how you make an impact. That is, and now in this world, this virtual world, we can do it faster, easier than ever. And you're going to learn how to get all the speaking engagements that you can handle. Because again, we need those speaking engagements. We need to get on other people's stages. And I've showed you a lot, 5 ways to get on big stages, other people's stages today. But how many of you think I have more? right? No ways, absolutely. All right, because I want to teach you also, how do you get in corporations to speak? Yeah, because they're still paying. How do you get in universities to speak? How do you get into schools, into churches, and to other places that pay people to speak? So there's a lot more stages. How to double your income and triple your time off, right? Again, you don't have to work as hard because you're going to get all the clients you can possibly handle, all the speaking engagements you can handle. You're going to be speaking, and it's going to be like turning on the water hose, and you can go to it and turn it on anytime you want. And of course, for those of you that are like me, how do you truly make a difference and impact the world with your lives? I'm a firm believer that each and every one of you has a message to share that only you can share to people that can only hear it from you. And that message will change someone's life, their business, or their soul. I also believe that only you can deliver that message. No one can do it for you. And if you don't deliver it, it will be undelivered for all eternity. And those people that you were supposed to help, the impact that you were supposed to make, the lives that you were supposed to change, go on suffering. That's how important it is for you to get trained, learn how to do this right, learn how to do it properly so that you can change lives for a living. Amen? Put amen in the chat. All right. All right, so who's it for? Real quick, and I'm going to get you out of here. I have 1 minute. All right, it is for you. If you're on this call, it is for you because you are interested in speaking and making a difference and making an impact. So real quickly, all right, it is September 23rd, 24th, and 25th, Thursday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Clear your calendar. I don't want you to miss a minute. I build on top, on top, on top, on top. Tickets are measly, $97 for 3 days, or you can have full access to some special events. And Elvis, yes, we are having Elvis come and entertain us on VIP night, which is Thursday evening. So for $197, you will get all the VIP, full access to other training that I'm doing, but also you'll get the recordings. So it's a great deal. This is the last opportunity that you have at this, because next year I am going back live. And of course, it will be back up to $397 and $497. So this price is a one-time only. The opportunity is a one-time only for you not to have to pay for travel and still get the same learning. And why do you want to wait a year when you could, all next year, you could be out there speaking? So there it is. I have a couple bonuses for those of you that want to take action in the next 15 minutes. Then you can get some more video training. I'm going to give you video training of my virtual event creation formula. So you don't have to wait to create your own virtual event. You can do a small half-a-day event, and you can use this formula, and it's step-by-step what to do, when to do it, and how to get it done. And then how to build your business with speaking and how to fire up your virtual speaking calendar. And I'm going to give you a PDF of my magnetic clothes, Oh, you can't come to this one? Well, you might want to sign up for VIP and get the recording. That's what I would recommend for you so that you don't have to wait. And everybody will also get a little goodie bag. In the goodie bag is a paddle and also a little door knocker that says, shh, I'm in the process of making millions, and some other goodies that are from the sponsors. So there's sponsor opportunities, there's affiliate opportunities, and of course there's attendee opportunities. So all you have to do is reach out to me, either privately here or in an email, and we'll set up a call and I'll tell you what some of those opportunities are. And you can bring a friend for free. So if you sign up for general admission, 97 bucks, your friend can come for 97 bucks, free for general admission. But if you set up for VIP full access, guess what? Your friend gets full access. So it's 1 for 1, and they get all of the benefits and all of the goodies that go along with it. So here's the website. Go ahead to that website, or you can also text me. I'm going to put it in the chat really quickly so you can save the chat. $1 Million Speaker Summit.com. It's not a summit like a recording. It is live. Like I said, we're going to have music. We're going to have breakouts. Everybody's going to get a 1-minute speech too. Everybody's going to get to do a 1-minute speech. Well, not everybody, but there's going to be a drawing. And if you're drawing, you're going to do a 1-minute speech, but at least 10 people. And there's going to be hot seats and as well, and a scavenger hunt. So we're going to have a lot of fun. So go there. That's everything. I've got you out of here right on time. I'm going to stick around if anybody has any questions, but I did it. I got us out, right? Well, maybe like 3 minutes after. Please forgive me. All right. So that's all I have for you. I'll see you at the $1 Million Speaker Summit. And again, if you have any questions, just go ahead and raise your hand. I'll bring you in the room if you would like to come into the room, or you can ask me, chat with me, do, whatever. I'm going to be here for the next 10 minutes, and then I am going off for dinner. All right. So, all right, got it. All right, good. So again, if you have any questions, just reach out to me. And if you want to be pulled in, let me know. Otherwise, goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much for coming and spending this last 60 minutes with me. And remember, if you can't say it, you can't sell it. Mwah! Wishing you $1 million worth of love and kisses and success. All right. So goodbye, everyone. Bye for now. Okay, Carol. Oh, yes, Carol, I'll pull you in the room. Let me stop the recording. Bye, everyone.